Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about things that you might get sick of when you live here in Thailand. Now before we get going in this, any country you live in, there's going to be things that you get sick of. And my wife and I had a really hard time trying to figure out things to put on this list because there's really not a whole lot of things that we're sick of here in Thailand. We love it here, but we were able to put some together and I think you'll find them amusing. The first one, the things you're going to get sick of here in Thailand, Thai food. Yeah, I said it, Thai food. I'm not saying that you're just going to give it up or anything, but if you start eating Thai, you move over here and start eating Thai every day, you get sick of it after a while and you want something else, which you can obviously get here. You're going to pay more for Western food, or you can buy some groceries and make stuff at home. But for the most part, you kind of get sick of Thai food. Now, when we did go visit the US last year, I wanted Thai food. Why? Because I couldn't have Thai food readily available. I had to go look for a Thai restaurant. So it's just one of those things, when you have a bunch of it, you're kind of sick of it. You go somewhere else, you want it. Another thing you might get sick of, depending on where you live here in Thailand, are police checkpoints. So I have validated this with many Thai people now, that a lot of the checkpoints, especially in the tourist type areas, they are there looking for tourists. They could say that I'm wrong about this, but even the Thai people say that it's correct, that the tourists are easy ones to spot, and they usually have multiple violations, such as you usually don't have a helmet on. Yes, I know there's plenty of Thais without helmets on. However, you look like you don't belong here and you're not wearing a helmet. Other thing is that they know if they pull over a tourist or a foreigner, and I'm going to use tourist and foreigner that lives here, one and the same, because they don't know the difference, is that they're going to know that you probably, there's a good chance you don't have the proper driver's license for a motorcycle here, that you just skipped that and just rented something and you don't have a motorcycle license whatsoever. So makes you an easy target. So those checkpoints can get monotonous. And when you travel within Thailand, you will encounter some, for the most part. When they're outside of the tourist areas, I don't have much of an issue with those at all. I see most of the issues where it is a highly dense area for tourists. That's where all the fun happens. Now, the other thing that gets kind of old is whenever I get one-on-one conversation with a Thai woman, it's always a woman. So, you have Thai wife? Like, no, I have a wife, but she's not Thai. Next thing, why not? You don't like Thai women? No, I was married a long time ago and we moved here to Thailand. So I brought my wife with me. But I get asked this over and over and over and over again. So somehow they default to, I must not like Thai women because I do not have a Thai wife. It just, first, 50 times it was okay, but after that, you start getting sick of it. Now, the next one is packages left in the rain. So here in Thailand, we have things like Shopee, Lazada. It's just like Amazon. You order things on, the internet, it gets delivered to your home. So the places I've lived, it's easy to place the package somewhere where it's covered up. Not a big deal. However, and this is the rainy season, so it strikes a nerve at this moment. Instead of, if we're not home, opening the gate and leaving it underneath something, the carport, they just leave it on your gate, the pillar to your gate, and just leave it in the rain. It doesn't matter what it is. They don't care if you're home or not. It's just going to get left there. Now, some of you may have better drivers than I have that do go the extra mile. I must be unlucky in getting all the ones that just love to leave stuff in the rain. And a lot of them, even when we are home, they just leave it. They don't knock. They don't ring the doorbell. They don't even come in the gate. Nothing. It just gets left in the rain outside. So that does get on your nerves after a while. Another thing are constant crazy drivers. Yeah, there's crazy drivers in your home country, I'm sure. Here in Thailand, they step it up a notch. There are some insane drivers here. And you might say, well, you knew that before you go over there. I'm just saying stuff you might get sick of after a while. Because every time you get in your car, you're going to see something crazy and nuts. And you always have to be on the lookout for, so you don't kill somebody. So after a while, that can get something you're sick of. Another thing hear me out on this one, is tourist. The reason I say that is because if you go to an area of Thailand that has tourists all the time, they can get on your nerves. They're going to do the same cliche things that they're going to do. A lot of them get drunk at night and act like they're crazy. I've seen them try to get in fights with tuk-tuk drivers, get in big loud arguments, just show their butt royally. And that gets old after a while. It makes me cringe. I'm like, oh, please don't associate me with these people. But when you see those kind of tourists over and over again, are the ones just have a total disregard for the Thais or the Thai laws, and they think they don't apply to them, that they're in the wild, wild west, they're going to do whatever they want. It can get old after a while. Now, while we're talking about tourists, another thing that you'll get sick of is being treated like a tourist. If I ever go, I'm in Chiang Mai, if I ever go to Old City, which is the tourist area here in Chiang Mai, it gets tiring when everyone is constantly harassing you like a tourist and you want to say, oh, I live here, I live here. They don't know, they don't care. It's just something that you're going to have to get used to. The price gouging, you know good and well how much things are supposed to cost. They think you're a tourist. They try to charge you the jacked up amount, and you're just sick of it. You're just getting tired of being treated like a tourist. So that's a good reason not to live where the tourists are, to live somewhere outside of town. Another thing that can get old, and I'm only speaking right now for the area I live in, Chiang Mai, is a lack of parking. This is why I take my motorcycle and not my car everywhere for the most part. Unless it's pouring rain and my wife's coming with me, then sometimes we take the car. But there is limited parking at a lot of restaurants or other businesses that you want to be at, and it gets hectic sometimes just trying to find a parking space. I order a lot of things online just to avoid having to go out somewhere and find a parking place. A lot of the restaurants we look at, we try to find the ones that actually have parking. Now, for those times that we do need to go somewhere, and I know parking is almost not going to happen, kind of like Old City Chiang Mai, then I'm going to take my motorcycle, and there's always plenty of areas to park with your motorcycle. So it's a good reason to have a motorcycle when you're here in Thailand, is just for the fact that it's easier to park. Now, another thing that will constantly get on your nerves, and this could be in other parts of the world, I know, and it's a reason that I've had to stop this video several times already and start over again, is bugs. Now, we just moved, my wife and I, we just moved into our new house, and we had it professionally exterminated for bugs. The next day, our kitchen is infiltrated with ants everywhere, so we're having to call them back out. Bugs here are a big thing. As you can imagine, it's a tropical environment, and that's just one of the things you'll have to get used to here. But it will get on your nerves, especially if you don't hire a good pest control service. And over here they have different kind of bugs. You've got your mosquitoes, your roaches, things like that. But then they have those ugly, gigantic centipede killer looking things, big, gigantic spiders, and you also have scorpions. So you do have to contend with all these. So after a while, it can be something that might get on your last nerve, and that's dealing with the pest issue in your home. Now, another thing that's kind of irritating, and let me explain this. I'm going to call it foreigner pricing. And a lot of you are going to roll your eyes that have been here forever going, they barely charge you anything more. So what? They raise the price a little bit. Hold on. It does get old whenever you get taken advantage of on a daily basis when you live here, for instance. So we've been paying our fee for our garbage pickup. When we first moved in, the guy that took our money said it would be 150 baht. No big deal. Pay the 150 baht. It's not a lot of money. It's cool. Well, that guy that always took our money for the last year and a half, he left and another guy took over. And I found out through him that the real rate was only supposed to be 120 baht. But since we were paying 150, he still charged me 150 baht. Now, I'm going to assume that's because we're a gullible, foreigner, and they thought they could get more out of us, and they did. So these are the little things that'd get you. Another instance, went up to an ice cream vendor. There were people in front of me that were Thai, and they went up, and I think the price was 20 or 30 baht. I cannot remember what it was. So I got up there, and I knew what the price was, but I wanted to practice my Thai. And I asked how much it was, and they thought for a minute, and I'm thinking, why are they thinking so hard? And came back with 70 baht. Simply because I was a foreigner. Things like that will tend to get on your nerves after a while. And the last thing that I'm going to put on this list of things that you'll get sick of, and some of you may laugh at this one, when you order food to be delivered or you just want it to go and they give you it in these bags and they tie the bag up, well, they do use a rubber band and they have this super awesome tie way of sealing the bag. I can't get that stupid rubber band off that bag to save my life. And the plastic, it's some sort of industrial strength plastic. Half the time I can't even tear through that, so I end up having to get a pair of scissors and cutting the whole stinking top off these things. They have rubber band sealing down to an art form here. I've even seen parody videos on YouTube where people make videos making fun of how incredibly hard it is to get in these to-go bags. So make sure if you do live here, visit here, you've got a good knife or pair of scissors, because you will spend half your time trying to get into your food order. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. I do have some shout outs that I'd like to do, and those are for people who support the channel either by buying us a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description, or on Super Thanks down below. So I'm going to go over some people who did give on Super Thanks, and those people are as followed. We had Chilo O, so thank you very much. Also, we had Paula M. Thank you, Paula M. And we had Veneth. Veneth, thank you very much. And we also had Joe L. So Joe L. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. The next video, we're going to give you some updates on our new move. And until next time, Kap Kun Kap.